Ready for this lesson. This is a really awesome one. Again, talking about a simple concept but made more colorful, even though ironically, right, we're talking about two colors. Actually, they're not colors, but that's a long story. Black and white, right? So you know what it is. It's a black marker, a whiteboard. So we know what the colors are, black and white. And traditionally we got, before they knew how to make color TVs like we all have now, awesome HD TVs, but in the old days, 1950s, 60s, whatever, everyone's watching crappy black and white TVs that totally sucked. Photos, okay, when you're taking pictures, now these don't mean they're bad actually. They used to have only black and white photos because they didn't know how to take color photos. But now a lot of artists are going back to black and white because black and white sometimes looks awesome. Actually, same with certain movies if you want to be artistic. And people are obviously black and white. There's different colors of people as well, but it's not offensive to call people black or white usually. But here's where it gets interesting, right? Other than the colors and what things are black and white. It's a black and white TV. It's old basically. Here's where it gets interesting. If you see things as black or white, that's not a good thing, usually. I just said B or W, you can guess, right? Black or white. Now, the idea with this is, okay, black and white are opposites, right? It's imagine two boxes, right? Now, imagine some stupid person, they can only, every situation, all the time, they think something is either this or this. They have no way. They're kind of too stupid and simple-minded to think, well, it's not always this and it's not always that. So certain people that can only see things as black and white, they think every time it's either this or it's this. And these are a lot of old people, not to be mean to old people, but a lot of them think, things are, they think of everything as black and white. So let me give you an example. I'm not going to name a specific country. You could probably say this about any country. But, if I said something like a very general statement, very, very general, and I say, okay, like, is this a good country? Are the people in that country good? Well, that's a big question, right? And there's a lot of people in every country. So if I say yes, and that's my answer, I'm looking at things as black or white. And if I say no, it's probably a worse answer, right? And a lot of people make the mistake of seeing things this way. And it's always closed-minded, simple-minded. They can't see the big picture. Like, well, I don't want to say it's everything's perfect about that country. I don't want to say everything's terrible about that country. Don't ask me if it's good or bad. It doesn't make any sense. It's not really either of those things. There are some good aspects to it. There are some bad aspects. So anytime, there's a million examples of when, someone says, is it either A or B? And you say, well, it's not really A and it's not really B. That means you're being smart enough to say, hey, look, this is not black and white. And if someone is doing that, then you can say, look, you shouldn't be looking at everything as black or white. And they'll know, okay, you're saying I'm closed-minded, kind of stupid. So you're simple-minded people, they want to make it easy, so they say, everybody is, from this country's bad, or everybody over here is good. These are the good guys, these are the bad guys, whatever. If it's too simple like that, A or B thinking, black and white thinking, never good. And you can say, okay, so first of all, we're going to get into color gray. You probably know what that is. It's a mixture of black and white. So black's over here and white's over here. If you mix the colors, it starts to get between black and white in that color. You know what gray is. And each different type of gray is called a shade. Those are shades of color, shades of gray. So we often say, you shouldn't look at everything as black or white. There are many shades of gray. So, it's not just box A or box B. There's a lot of stuff in between, millions and millions of things in between. Open your mind. Don't look at everything as black or white. There are many shades of gray. So that's what you're telling someone, there's a lot of options. Don't just pick A or B. Don't think of things as black and white. Hope you learned a lot in this one. It's a great lesson.